Welcome to my show. I'm Joseph Crow. Today is Thursday, May the 29th, 2025, and last night's game is a wrap for the Western Conference Finals. The OKC Thunder is on their way to the NBA Finals for the second time since 2012, and all I can say is, how can OKC Thunder dare? What they did is unbelievable, and it was a blowout over the Timberwolves last night when Gilgeous Alexander, SGA, had started on his way when he had his team beating the Timberwolves in a blowout and a total beatdown. Having some threes and getting some layups and getting some shots and this and that and this and that. Boy, oh boy, this team is looking terrific. And what they did last night is great. Last night was a good game for sure. But the OKC Thunder had it all. Yes, it has. It is what it is. All I can say is this is absolutely the Thunder is absolutely tremendous. With this tremendous one here, they're good enough to win the NBA championship this year. They're good enough to win the NBA championship next month. And they better be very prepared when they get ready to face the Pacers or the Knicks. But what I said last night, this Thunder team is very talented. They are the number one seed in the NBA. And yes, it has been. So we're going to take a look at what has happened here. And it's gotten into it just a little bit longer with it now. But anyway, this is an unbelievable loss. Once again, for Minnesota, that second straight loss in the last 2 years. Hey, let's go to the NBA and see what happens. The Thunder now, they are advanced to the NBA Finals. Well, they are waiting for the Pacers and the Knicks to get there. So anyway, I'm gonna go to this now. Last night, Thunder got it on, and they wanted to. Excuse me, they won the NBA championship. So now, this is what it is. So let's go for this one. Excuse me for my cough. Now, the Oklahoma City Thunder clinched their first trip to the NBA Finals since 2012, and many around the NBA believe they are the favorable to win. After finishing the regular season with the best record, the Thunder had coasted through the NBA playoffs to get to this point. The team is led by Lone Star Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who won the NBA MVP trophy this season. Gilgeous-Alexander has emerged in recent years as one of the better players in the NBA, and he established himself even more this season. With the NBA Finals berth and him winning the MVP honor this year, Gilgeous-Alexander could match some impressive feats. If the Thunder were to win the NBA title this season, Gilgeous-Alexander would become the first player since Golden State Warriors star Seth Curry to win both a championship and MVP in a season. Additionally, if he were to win the NBA Finals MVP, he would match LeBron James. James is the only player to win the MVP of the league and Finals MVP since the 2012-2013 season. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander has been special all year, and getting a title from this would put the cherry on top of everything for the season. The Thunder star averaging 32.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, 6.4 assists, 1.7 steals, and 1.0 blocks per game. Oklahoma City has dominated the rest of the league all year long and could go down as one of the better teams in recent memory if it can keep the deal with a towel. The Thunder thrive defensively and are seen as one of the more historic teams, based on numbers alone. Most of this has to do with the leadership of Giltis Alexander, and he has analyzed the entire unit. The Thunder still have 4 more wins to go before they can call themselves champions. But the entire organization has come a long way. But the entire organization has come a long way in a very short time. Oklahoma City is now awaiting the winner of the Indiana Pacers and New York Knicks playoff series during the regular season. The Thunder went 4-0 against the two teams, giving them the early A's against whichever side advances to the NBA Finals. Now, you know what? Giltis Alexander, I know about Giltis Alexander. He's going to be a top player here in the years to come and decades and more decades. So anyway, but hey, I say more years before he goes to the advance to the Hall of Fame in several more decades. So yes, I'm very happy for him for right now. Very happy for him, and he's gonna be a star. He's a star. He's a star right now. He's gonna be a star for real. Giltis Alexander could be a GOAT. Just like Seth Curry, just like Michael Jordan, just like LeBron James, just like Magic Johnson, just like Larry Bird, Irvin Johnson, and all these players. You just can't tell. You just can't tell anything that's going on. You just can't even tell. And as of right now, I believe to know everything about this, I think they're good to go. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But for now, let's go to the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. So, well, after this, well, look, I'm not, but before we go to the Pacers and the Knicks, I am not a fan of someone else's team. But as a Lakers fan, I'm a fan, who's Lakers fan, but I could be the who's Knicks fan. New York Knicks fan, for real. After I'm done this, I'm gonna be the Knicks fan. So next, but anyway, we're talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder to be on top, 100%. And yes, it has been. It's just a good old storyline. Now we go to the LA Times. Okay, look, one of the biggest now angle of Sonics fans, weakening by Thunder's trip to the NBA Finals. Now it says this. One of the biggest nightmares for Seattle Super Science fans is one step closer to becoming reality. Last night, the Oklahoma City Thunder demolished the Minnesota Timberwolves 124-94 in Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, clinching the team's spot in the NBA Finals for the first time since 2012. Now, the Thunder lost the series 4-1 to the LeBron James lead Miami Heat, and judging by the reaction on social media, many Seattle fans are hoping for the repeat of that result. Every with 17 years passing since the Suns packed up and left for OKC, the hate that fans of the green and gold have for the Thunder doesn't seem to have faded much, if at all. ESPN Access of Living in the Past with the NBA coverage, podcast host Ross Reed posting on X, formerly in Twitter, says, I think it's insulting to the people of Seattle to show Sonics playoff highlights during the OKC Thunder playoff game. And Thunder head coach Mike McGallagher at post-game speech providing another twist of the night for Seattle, with the coach easily thanking Thunder on Clay Bennett for moving to the team to Oklahoma City. Wow, what did I do? It says this, shout out to Mr. Bennett. We had a visionary 17 years ago. This visionary said, he has tied this team to the community, and Sam Presti, who has been here all 17 years, he's brought that version to life, and then providing an unbelievable experience for everybody that works here, including the players and all our fans. Now, ESPN Sports Channel broadcast said Tuesday that this would be the head of finals appearances in the Thunder's franchise history, dating to their time as the Supersonics. Much to be enjoyed. That's all I can say. Now, much to know the same Seattle fans who prefer to think of the Sonics and Thunder as district entitlers. It says, I just want them to stop losing Sonics history with the Thunder. Local fan Liv Reddit Smell posting on that. Enough. Next week's series will be the second time the team will make a finals appearances as the Thunder before the franchise move. The Sonics lost to the Washington Bullets in 1978 in the finals, beat the Bullets to win the 1979 championship, and lost to Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls in 1996. So if the Thunder do major to win the title this season, it is their first championship, or their second. If you ask people from the Pacific Northwest, the prevailing appearance seems to be that Oklahoma City should start taking credit for Seattle's accomplishments, and that's not even right. I think the former Sonic fans should start whining and start talking about and start insulting the Thunder's players. I mean, for real, man. The team had just lost their way back in the 90s and in the mid 90s, and then had to go to Oklahoma City Thunder, had to go to the Oklahoma City so the Thunder can play. We are not Seattle anymore. Law are not Seattle anymore. We are not in Seattle anymore. They are the Oklahoma City team for real. And that's gonna stay that way. And that's gonna stay that way. And they're gonna have Oklahoma City win their first title. Hope. If they hope. For real. Now let's go to the Pacers and the Knicks. Boy, the Knicks are in trouble. They need to do something. They need to force the Pacers in game number 5. I saw it on Tuesday. Man, the Knicks, they're cold. They're looking cold. The Colts are looking cold. But they gotta do something. The New York Knicks gotta win 3 more games to get to the NBA Finals. They're down 3 games to 1. If they don't win tonight, they done. It could be the Pacers and the Thunder, man. Boy, come on, man. Get it together. Party like it's 1973. And win the Eastern Conference Championship. You gotta win 3 more games, and that's it. So let's see what happens by then. But look, I'm not sure about this whole team that's in. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, he looks pretty good. His team's looking pretty good. The Indiana Pacers are looking pretty good. And just like Reggie Miller said, they're going to the finals for the second time if they win tonight. Boy. And I think the New York Knicks fans could start crying. I wish the New York Knicks fans to start crying about it. If the Knicks lose, they riot. If they lose, they riot. That's it. Try it again next year. We'll try it again next year. But I'm going for the Knicks for real. I'm gonna be a Who's Knicks fan. Spike Lee is a Who's Knicks fan. Stevie A. Smith believes the Knicks could win Game 5 for the Pacers in Game 6 and then force them to go to Game 7, win, go home, starting on June the 2nd if necessary. Monday, June the 2nd in Madison Square Garden if necessary. And I can guarantee you that tonight it's gonna be tonight at Madison Square Garden. The fans are going to war. The Knicks fans are going to war. They're going to show the Pacers and then who's shocking? Who's being shocked? The Pacers. You got Jarvis Bolton and Jalen Brunson and for the Knicks. You got Tyrese Halliburton for the Indiana Pacers. But hey, the series needs to continue. That series needs to continue for real. If the Knicks win, the first Pacers in Game 6 Indiana on Saturday. If not, then they done. Try it again next season. And also, sad news here last night. Carolina Hurricanes have lost their fourth NHL Eastern Conference Finals. This time, the Florida Panthers for the second time. Boy, they are not. It's not looking good. Last night, Hurricanes up 2-0. They are up 2-0 and then down 3-2. And then Hurricanes tied the game up. Then Panthers came back. Game over. But what I got to say, man, the Carolina Panthers, they are not getting it right. They are not getting it right. What is wrong for the Carolina Panthers? They have lost 14 Eastern Conference Finals. Let's take a look real quick. Boy, those Carolina Hurricanes, man. Carolina Hurricanes have lost again. They failed. So anyway, they lost that. It is what it is. Now, it says this. Now, for the second straight year, the Carolina Hurricanes failed to win the game in their last postseason series until on the age of elimination. This time, it ended their season in another Eastern Conference final. The stage providing to the roadblock in our Waterboard Stanley Cup push. The Hurricanes fell 5-3 to the Florida Panthers in Game 5, sending the Panthers back to their sports final stage for the third straight year, while ending Carolina's latest blatant playoff grind short of the ultimate goal. And in a similar fashion to the previous year, with Carolina losing their first 3 games of a series, spending multiple games trying to dig out of the massive hole, and then losing that 2-goal lead at home in a game that ultimately ended their season. Now, Jordan Starr says, the captain of Carolina says, I think easily we lost in the first 3 games. You can't start a series like that and expect a better outcome. A year ago, it was in all 3 series defecting to the winning New York Rangers in the second round. The Hurricanes regrouping to win the 2 elimination games and carry a 3-1 lead into the third period of the game 6 at home, only to see the Rangers soar back behind Chris Conduit's hat trick in the final 20 minutes in a 5-3 victory. This time, it was an all-3 series defeat to the reigning Stanley Cup champion, and Tess and the team on free to play and surpass Carolina's agency 4 chapters apart, and in it with a matching final score. So this time it is what it is. Now it is what it is, folks. And it says this: we knew it was going to be a big chance to try to beat them. That's what Carolina's Sebastian Aho said, who had 2 first period goals that put the Hurricanes ahead. We truly believe we have what it takes, but obviously we fell short again. By the final horn, Carolina's minutes went back to losing the first 2 games at home, the second being a 5-0 blowout in which the Panthers shockingly were dominated and the Hurricanes dominated, while the fans who left the frustrated chant, "Shoot the puck! Shoot the puck! Shoot the puck!" Those 2 first games you probably want back, but it's too late. Too little, too late. That's what Larry says. Now, who had trying to go midway through the third period before Florida made its go ahead more of Captain Franny Henry score, and that's a count of the result of it. Man, I'm very frustrated about this game, about the Panthers. I really don't like the Florida Panthers at all. Well, what the flying freaking stuff going to happen, man? I hope the Carolina Panthers. I hope the Carolina Hurricanes can. Know it's about this, but here in the NHL, you can't win it all since they never won the Stanley Cup since 2006 in Game 7. 2006 they won the Cup. 19 years later, man, they didn't get to the Stanley Cup Finals at all. Well, that's gonna do it for now, folks. Joshua Curry here. See me on TikTok and see me on YouTube. Subscribe to this video, and I will see you probably next time, maybe tomorrow. We'll do it again tomorrow. Until then, take care, everybody, and enjoy.